Wise old man, you were tired when I met you. You were timeless, but you were feeling your age. Your voice was hoarse, but it still held a story. And your banjo still commanded every stage. The tale that you told me got me thinking that the story holds more power than a gun. That hope is much more powerful than money. When our voices sing together, we are one. Wise old man, I think you are immortal. The body dies, the lyric carries on, reminding me whatever I may write of. I must speak out for this possessed and wronged. You left early, but I feel that you are here. Your presence makes me feel a bit less fear. When we sing your words, we give back what you gave. Like flowers gently placed upon a grave. Wise old man, I could read your hands like Braille. Every callus, every wrinkle told a tale. Your eyes were blind, but you still had an ear. Hearing was your seeing, you heard it all so clear. The sound from a distant place and time, wafting up from some lost valley through the pines. We played melodies and rhythm through the night, and watched the couple dance until daylight. Thank you so much, grazie. Thank you so much. I am Beppe Gambetta from Genova, Italy, and this is probably the 15th time that I play the Makedak, and I am so happy to be home. You know, it feels like home, and it's beautiful to see dear friends and some new friends. You know, for those who doesn't know about me, I was in Genova, Italy. I was this irregular Led Zeppelin teenager, and somebody brought the music of Doc Watson in an album, and I totally fell in love, and I became a flat picker, and I continue to be a flat picker. I don't know if you know what flat picking is, but it's a beautiful style that was sort of brought all over the world by Doc Watson, and you play this style with a little piece of plastic. And yes, it's the first time I'm here after I became 70 years old. Is really cool, and I still convince my fingers to move sort of fast, and they assured me that when you become 73, you will become a music legend. So I'm really waiting for that moment, because when you become a music legend, it's cool. They continue to call you to play, and you can do all the mistakes that you want, because people say, yes, but he's a music legend, you know. So I hope to reach that status soon, and this first song was a song that I wrote. It's called "Wise Old Man," and I was influenced by roots music on both sides of the ocean, and I would like to play the music of my new album that is called Terra Madre. But before I play an old composition of mine, it's called The Acadian Dream. Thank you so much. Thank you. Grazie mille. So I would like now to play music that comes from my latest album that is called Terra Madre. In this period, I hate to say this word that starts with pan and finishes with demic, because I prefer to say, I don't know, the long vacation. During the long vacation, I wrote a book, and I wrote a lot of new music. And this new music that I wrote in this album is about the right and probably the commitment of artists to dream about a better world when things in the world don't go so well. So at least is our occupation. One of the occupation of the artist is to dream about a better world. So I have this album full of dreams, and the most dramatic song is the title track. Track is called Terra Madre. I wrote it in Italian language, and it's about two refugees that are escaping in the night, a young couple, and with all our dreams, and they at a certain point they reach this border crossing, and they jump the wall, and we don't know what is going to happen. And in the song, on purpose I didn't say where this scene happens, because unfortunately it happens nowadays in every continent. Maybe not in Australia, yeah. Maybe we should move there, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, because Australia doesn't have borders, So this is Terra Madre. Senti che ci chiamano, sono là che aspettano, suonano, danzano, cantano per chi non è più qua. Ombre che si abbracciano, fuoco per scaldarsi un po', piangono, vengono da quella città che non c'è più. Ora io sogno di essere già di là, oltre quel muro che ci aspetta, oltre un confine che cadrà. Penso a tuo padre, chissà dove sarà, lui pregherà per noi. Già si calano, noi saremo gli ultimi. Vieni, fa piano, salta, corri, ti vedrò di là. Cani che ci abbaiano, mani mie che tremano, salto anch'io e non so dentro il buio cosa troverò. Ora io sogno il mondo che sarà, la nuova vita che ci aspetta, oltre un confine che cadrà. Penso mia madre come accanto a me, lei pregherà per noi. Thank you so much. This was Terra Madre, but I didn't compose only dramatic songs about dreams. There are dreams that are so positive, and the dream about the friendship through to the music that continues and gives us energy is one of the dream that I have, and that inspired this next song that is called "Sit and Pick with You." And I was on tour in California, and I was inspired because in the first gig, unexpectedly, David Griezmann, you know, the father of the American mandolin, came with his case, with his mandolin, and we played a couple of tunes together at the end. It was fantastic, you know, he's still #1 unsurpassed. And so the next concert was in Mendocino, and in Mendocino lives Dan Crary, one of the originators of flat picking music on the guitar, and also he came with his guitar and we played a couple of tunes. He's actually 85 and still fantastic. And in San Francisco, the third gig, that was really the big surprise, because I was doing sound check and the door opened and Peter Rowan came with his cowboy hat and his guitar. Say, whoa, mamma mia, what? I would say, what happens here? And so the next gig after that, I was just watching the door, you know, just watching. I was thinking, who is gonna come? Maybe the Pope, you know, because after that, you know, who could be better? So, but no one came, actually, and but in the reality, that was really enough to inspire me to write this song, the "Sit and Pick with You," that I sang with Tim O'Brien as an old duet. I wrote it as if it was written in 1932, something like that. And I hope you will enjoy it. And it gave me this joy to appear on the chart. You know, finally at 70, for the first time in my life, I was first on the chart for 2 months in June and July with "Sit and Pick with You." It was the chart of the folk DJ radios, and so I thought maybe if I continue. When I will be 95, I will win the Grammy, you know. Fingers moving slow, children running round below. Pick a few notes with me like it used to be. Feel the energy of a simple melody. It's so good to sit and pick with you. Good to sit and play gently as we did one day. We don't need too much written tone and touch. Here it comes back again, steady as an old freight train. It's so good to sit and pick with you. Longing for the sound of our friends no more around. We will bring them back with the licks we know. Oh, you play so well, sounds just like you are Maybell. It's so good to sit and pick with you. This is not the past, this is music that will last. It's an open door to a better world. I don't need no gold or a million records sold. I just need to sit and pick with you. Fingers moving slow, children running round below. Pick a few notes with me like it used to be. Feel the energy of a simple melody. It's so good to sit and pick with you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So yes, it's in this song I say I don't need no gold or a million records sold. I really don't need a million records sold. But if tonight I would sell 7, you know, 7. It could make me happy, just to let you know. And because now is the music comes out for free with a little click. You do click on the computer and you have the music. But you know, still the CD of the independent artist is something really important, and is an act of love, is a declaration of love for the art to support the artist. And actually you get a signature and a smile. The smile doesn't come, with a click. If you try, but it doesn't. So there is a big difference. So now I am tuning the guitar in a bizarre way. I don't know how many guitars there are, players. Yes, there is for sure one. And this tuning is called Sugudgad. And Sugudgad. And with this tuning, I arranged one song from Doc Watson. I always, since he was my main mentor, I always try to have with me some music, also in the new project, some music of the great mentor, Doc Watson. And Doc Watson was a great picker, a virtuoso. He played so fast. But he was also fantastic in choosing and rearranging material. His songs, some songs that he has chosen, are so touching and deep that he has chosen from the tradition. This comes from the Alan Lomax research. Alan Lomax went to a jail in Texas, and there was this room with a really dangerous criminal, and they told me, this man, his name is Ironhead. So this can tell you how he was resolving problems with the other prisoner. And so they told him, Mr. Lomax, there is an Ironhead waiting for you in the room. So he was brave, and Ironhead sang a song that was incredibly beautiful. It was about redemption and repentment and beautiful hope. And it is called the St. James Hospital. And this is the version that I recorded on the album of this beautiful Doc Watson song. At the St. James Hospital, early one morning in the month of May, when I looked through the window and I spied a dear cowboy, a dear cowboy, as cold as a clay. Sit here down by me and hear my sad story. Sit here down by me and sing me a song. 'Cause my poor head is aching and my sad heart is breaking. The poor cowboy that knows he's done wrong. Get 16 birdie maiden to come and carry my coffin. 16 pretty maiden to come and sing me a song and tell them to bring some of them sweet smelling roses so they can smell me as they bear me along. Beat the drum slowly and play the fife lowly. Play the dead march as they bear me along through bunches of lilies all over my coffin. A poor cowboy that knows he's done wrong. There goes a poor cowboy that knows he's done wrong. Thank you. Grazie. Grazie mille. Thank you so much. Thank you, grazie. So, and so in all of this new album, I thought to write a peace song. One day I was playing games with the Google Maps and looking at distances of places, and I discovered that from the place where I live in Italy, the little place close to Genova, Ovada, in 13 and a half hours, I can drive to a war zone, to be in a. So it's and also these thoughts made me work on this topic, and I decided to write this peace song. It was really hard because there are so many beautiful peace songs, and all the beautiful words are already spoken. And there is this, danger to fall in some cliché and repeat the usual things. So it was the most difficult composition of this whole album. And at the very end, I decided to do something special, to give just an impression, and to write a mantra of verbs. I had to learn difficult English words to explain this, because I wrote a barrage of verbs where I juxtapose the beauty of peace to the horror of the war. And since I wrote them in Italian, I'm gonna tell you the translation, because for this song you better know what I'm gonna say. So this is the translation of these verbs. They come, they hate, they beat, they laugh, they cheat, they forbid, they bind, they kill, they break, they tear, they rape, they escape, and all for little or nothing. They march, they shout, they shoot, they burn, they spy, they crush, they smash, they steal, they lie, they abuse, they deny, they accuse, and all for little or for nothing. And the second half is, they dream, they suffer, they cry, they plead, they create, they speak, they guide, they seek. They kiss, they give, they love, they fly, and something remains forever. They save, they heal, they fight, they believe, they forgive, they pray, they nurture, they hope. They play, they listen, they dance, they sing, and something remains forever. Something remains forever. So this is what I'm gonna sing, and it can be used or as a peace song or as a lesson of Italian verbs, because the verbs are 48, are really all difficult. Just a little tuning. Vengono, odiano, picchiano, ridono, truffano, vietano, legano, uccidono, spezzano, strappano, stuprano, scappano, e tutto per poco o per niente. Marciano, urlano, sparano, bruciano, spiano, schiacciano, sfasciano, rubano, mentono, abusano, negano, accusano, è tutto per poco o per niente, è tutto per poco, per niente. Sognano, soffrono, piangono, invocano, creano, parlano, guidano, cercano, baciano, donano, amano, volano e qualcosa rimane per sempre. Salvano, curano, lottano, credono, perdonano, pregano, nutrono, sperano, suonano, ascoltano, danzano, cantano e qualcosa rimane per sempre e qualcosa rimane per sempre. E qualcosa rimane per sempre. Thank you. So in my whole career, I was always doing research about the traditional guitar players of both sides of the ocean, and I did I did a lot of albums that are related with this research, and what I continue to do even nowadays is to do some pilgrimage. I do pilgrimage to the place where the father of the music were living and were born and living. And the last pilgrimage, the most recent, was in Athens, Alabama, where the Delmore brothers were born and living. And for those who doesn't know it, the Delmore brothers, they are really fathers of the music. They wrote the Midnight Special, the Browns Ferry Blues, and so many more beautiful bluesy songs, also some funny songs, and they were stars of the Grand Ole Opry. I went there, I played their music on their graves. I spoke with the daughter of Alton Delmore, and I went exactly in the place where the Browns Ferry Blues was going back and forth. And so after that, I thought, okay, I need now to have a Delmore Brother medley in my program. And so I prepared the Delmore Brothers. I chose 3 of the most beautiful songs of the Delmore Brothers, and now I will tune with the blues. And I don't know if my accent will become immediately southern, but I'm gonna sing for you the first song. Start with the train, but with the guitar it's sort of easy to do the train. Blue railroad train going down the railroad track. It makes me feel so doggone blue to listen to that old smokestack. Drivers are rolling on, leaving me here behind. give me back the good old day and let me ramble down the line. Blue railroad train, leaving me here alone. You're treating me good, you're treating me bad, you're making me think of home. I hear that lonesome sound, love to hear that whistle blow. She's taking the sun and leaving the rain and making me wanna go. Papa standing in the rain, if the world was corn, he couldn't buy the grain. Oh Lord, Lord, got those brown fairy blues. Harlow Papa counting his toes, you can smell his feet wherever he goes. Oh Lord, Lord, got those brown fairy blues. Laying in the sand, each one wishing the other was a man. Oh Lord, Lord, got those brown fairy blues. Two old maids don't lost their style. If you wanna get lucky, you got to smile. Oh Lord, Lord, got those brown fairy blues. I've got the blues, those Nashville blues. I've got the blues, those Nashville blues. Ain't got no hat, ain't got no shoes. The people here, they treat me fine. Oh, the people here, they treat me fine. They give me beer and they give me wine. She's gone, away from me. She's gone, away from me. One thing she left me free. I'm going home to Arkansas. I'm going home to Arkansas. Gonna be right there with my pine mine ma. Nashville blues. I've got the blues, those Nashville blues. Ain't got no hat, ain't got no shoes. Yeah. Thank you so much. So in few tunes, I need a little accompaniment of a second guitar. So I finally bought this pedal loop, and I don't like technology. So instead of calling him pedal loop, I decided to call him Gino. And it makes me feel much more comfortable to play with Gino. And also because it gives me time to tune the guitar, because I tell stories about Gino. Gino is, I imagine that he's my cousin, you know. And he doesn't drink too much. He travels really well. And yeah, during the pandemic, we had to vaccinate him. We didn't know really exactly how to vaccinate a pedal loop, but we made it. And now I'm in tune. Okay, sort of. Okay, Gino, are you ready? He said yes. Yes, this is one of my favorite songs that I rearranged. Somebody might know the words and sing with me. The words are, and I got myself a rocking chair to see if I could lose this thin dime, hard times, hell on Church Street blues. Well, I've been hanging out of town, Lord, in the low-down rain, watching Good Time Charlie Friend is driving me insane. Up on shady Charlotte Street, Lord, the green lights turn red. I wish I was back home on the farm, Lord, in my feather bed. And I got myself a rocking chair to see if I could lose this thin dime, hard times, on Church Street blues. Found myself a bigger friend. I read yesterday's news. I folded up page 21 and I stuck it in my shoes. I gave me a nickel to the poor, my good turn for today. I folded up my old billfold and I threw it far away. And I got myself a rocking chair to to see if I could lose this thin dime, hard times, along Church Street Blues. Well, I wish I had some guitar strings, the old black diamond brand. I'll string up these old Martin bugs and go and join some band. But I guess I'm gonna stay right here and pick and sing a while, trying to make me a little change and give our folks the smile. And I got myself a rocking chair to see if I could lose this thin dime, hard times, along Church Street Blues. Same time, hard times, along Church Street Blues. Thank you so much. Thank you. This was Church Street Blues, a beautiful song from Norman Blake that Tony Rice made really famous with his great guitar version. And I invented my version, and I had the courage to call Norman Blake, and I thought, "Hi Norman, I am Beppe Gambetta, the Italian flat picker. You don't mind if I change some chord into your song?" And he told me, "Don't worry, Beppe. I'm sure you will do great." Yes, yes. So I got this benediction from Norman Blake in person. You know? So another song from Terra Madre that I would like to sing for you is called Un Panino. Is about the greatest Italian songwriter Fabrizio De André, who died 20 years ago, and I was imagining that about him in a little cloud, watching down the earth nowadays, and say, "Mamma mia, cosa succede? What happened?" And I started to do also the English translation of this, but it was the metaphors of Fabrizio and Andre were a little bit too difficult to translate and be understood. So I decided to change to the people in the English version, and I decided to imagine Woody Guthrie and Pete Seeger watching down the earth and imagining what they would say. And so I'm singing to you one verse of the Italian version, and after we move on the cloud that is a little close and up there, and hear what also Woody and Pete are saying. Ogni tanto mi affaccio a guardare e mi stupisco perché ogni dentista in pensione vuole fare un tributo ad André. C'è chi non sa il genovese, chi sospira, chi mi canta in falsetto, e poi c'è quel film così strano dove parlo a mio padre con l'accento romano. Ma Piero laggiù continua a partire, Marinella continua a morire, e Andrea non può ancora sposare il suo amore, e questo ci spiega perché è importante fermarsi, comprare un panino a quel povero Cristo che abbiamo visto in via Pre. And we move to the other cloud. Sometimes I peek down with Pete, and we cannot really believe. We see so much violence, we feel so much pain, as we would have fought in vain. The world from up here looks so small, but everything totally clear. Some music is loud, some music is strange, some music still dares to long for a change. Remember down there, up here we still care, and stand with the brave without fear. Oh, sing Deportee, turn, 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 do re mi, and sit on the floor with the poor. Who will feed the hungry and never get angry, down there in the street like Woody and Pete. We rest in a beautiful light, and now we look down at your strife. We're left with good hope and peace in our heart, but evil was bound to restart. Slander, corruption and lies, and so many children who dies, and horrible faces on screen and TV, no sign of compassion and no empathy. Remember down there, up here we still care, and stand with the brave without fear. Oh, sing Deportee, turn, 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 do re mi, and sit on the floor with the poor. We'll feed the hungry and never get angry, down there in the street like Woody and Pete. Remember down there, up here we still care, and stand with the brave without fear. Who sing Deportee, turn, 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 do re mi, and sit on the floor with the poor. Who will feed the hungry and never get angry, down there in the streets like Woody and Pete. Thank you so much. So in the album Terra Madre, I did also some research about minority languages. Because we in Genova we organize every year one festival that with international guests, and every year there is a different theme. It is in May, so if you are passing through Genova, you are tourist in Italy in May, please come to the acoustic night. There are few people that already came, and they say they enjoyed it, and actually a few years ago the theme was minority languages, and it was really interesting to do this research and find out. And I found out that in Italy, in the Alps, in the little village of Comboscuro, that is really close to France, in a remote place in the Alps, there is a group. There are only 35 inhabitants in Comboscuro, and they still speak the medieval French Provençal language. That is a language that was spoken 500 years ago in southern France, and France, and nobody speaks it in any place anymore. So they are the only 35 people. So it was really fascinating, and so I decided to feature and to learn medieval French Provençal and sing a song in medieval French Provençal to help the memory of that language. And I don't know how many people speaks medieval French Provençal here, because I'm not totally sure about my pronunciation, because I can tell you the story. The story is one, actually first the title, Mis Amour, and the story is one of the many versions of the story of Cinderella, because Cinderella is really an old story, and so this tells us that Cinderella is in trouble since at least 500 years, and the peculiarity of this version of this story of the song is that there is a double amount of bad sisters. Cinderella has 2 bad sisters. Here there are 4 bad sisters. Okay, Mis Amour. And I hope you will enjoy this old language. Jardin de mon père, y a tant beau pin. Au jardin de mon père, y a tant beau pin. Y a tant beau pin, mis amour, y a tant beau pin. O caio bello caio, un testun mio. O caio bello caio, un testun mio. Un testun mio, mis amour, un testun mio. Espaços la montagne, au plan pays. Espaços la montagne, au plan pays. Au plan pays, mis amour, au plan pays. O caio bello caio, un testun mio. O caio bello caio, che ha dedin, mis amour, che ha dedin. Ja catre de maizelu e eu fau sing. Ja catre de maizelu e eu fau sing. E eu fau sing, mis amor, e eu fau sing. Ino che vai a laigo e l'altro al fin. Ino che vai a laigo e l'altro al fin. e l'altro il vin, mis amor, e l'altro il vin. Ino che fai la duermo per ben dormir, ino che fai la duermo per ben dormir, mis amor, per ben dormir. Balestro li va a tirar, ai tira sus mio, e l'ai tua, mis amore, l'ai tua. Se passo per la villa me pengeran, se passo din lo rose me negaran, mis amor, me negaran. Grazie. Thank you so much. And now there is something really important that I really care, because I finally, after being a musician for, I don't know, 40 years, 50 years, I decided to write a cowboy song. And, I never dare, but, Italians have an incredible fascination for cowboy history and movies. And more, and they compose music. Is the opposite of what Americans feel for Italy. Women, American women, they would love to be on a Vespa with Gregory Peck around the Colosseum, driving around. And Italians, men, they dream about being Kevin Costner, and riding in the West. And so I finally decided I have at least one cowboy song in my whole life I have to write, and I put every kind of ingredient. There are cowboys and Indians, and I better don't tell you. It would require a chorus, a sing-along from the audience at the end. The sing-along would be, oh, 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 oh. So it's not difficult to learn. So the words are oh, just oh. So it's so let's see if we can do it. Oh, 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 oh. One more time. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, at the end of the story, I will need your help. Now, I sing it for you. It's one of the first time that I sing it in public. And I didn't bring any cowboy hat, but it is called The Dark Yellow Thread. I ride through May Valley, brings back memories from my younger life, when I finished my work up in Crowley, riding back to my home and my wife. I was riding alone through the Southwest, thinking words Uncle Chief used to tell. He said, hate Defeated we will harvest and grow beauty in its place instead. Then I stopped for a drink in Wiley, where I met with an old friend of mine. And he asked me about my wife Nellie, 'cause he knew her since early time. He showed pictures and scars from his hard life, and a bracelet with a dark yellow thread. It's a gift from a nice married woman. She keeps falling back into my bed. Finally came home down in Holly. She was there waiting only for me. And I kissed the sweet lips of my Nellie, deep in love as a man can be. Then a shock that I could not believe when we finally jumped into our bed. Saw a bracelet behind her right sleeve with that very same dark yellow thread. The very same dark yellow thread. The red in my eyes showed the anger, thoughts of violence deep into my head. But the words of Uncle Chief came to save me. I defeated hatred instead. Yes, I did. Now I ride along Arkansas River. I don't talk about grave guns and hell, 'cause hate was defeated, forgiven, and I sing as an old chief instead. I sing as an old chief instead. I hope you remember. Thank you so much. And yes, we are close to the end of this concert because soon there will be a second concert around 9:30. I think it's a guitar duo. If you don't have enough of guitar music, you can have a little more if you like. But before, I told you that I wrote a book. I would like to read you a little piece before singing my last number. The book is called Declarations of Love. It has 12 recipes of from my Aunt Maria. In Italy, everybody has an Aunt Maria who cooks really well. but my Aunt Maria was the best, you know. And here there are many stories that I wrote, this is when I went in Czechoslovakia, and I was invited in a bluegrass festival in Czechoslovakia in the communist period, and I arrived to this place where actually incredible bluegrass music was pushing the young people towards the revolution. And so I was in this big amphitheater, and here is the story. Now they finally call me. It's my turn. I walk on the big stage and approach the microphone, dazzled by the spotlight. I know that when you go on stage at a festival in Czechoslovakia, you must greet the audience by shouting into the microphone, "Ahoy!" But if this happens in July of 1988, while a revolution born among young people is about to sweep away an ancient regime, I can't know that the audience will respond in unison with all the power that they have in their lungs, and I get hit by an immense that lasts quite few seconds. There are 25,000 young people shouting this word with the anger of those who want change and the joy of those who want to greet a foreigner coming from the so-called free world. And they want to do it in an unforgettable way. Their greeting literally moves the air. I feel this wind on my face, and even my hair moves slightly on my forehead. So I had hair on my forehead at that time, you know. Then silence falls. 50,000 eyes are on my pick, and everyone is waiting for me to start playing. It is such an emotional moment that I am caught off guard. The cameras of the national TV are pointed on my fingers, and someone told me that we are also being broadcast in other countries in the East. Everyone is looking at me, but I hesitate to start because as an inveterate flat picker, I have planned to play the medley Riding on That New River Train, Turkey in the Straw. But how? The world is going through an epochal change. The foreigner arrives. Maybe everyone expects an important message of brotherhood, and I propose a nursery rhyme about cheating and a melody inspired by a turkey in the straw. I don't have time to reconsider and change the program. I start fast with, I'm riding on the new river train. Who knows what they will think if they listen to me in Bulgaria and in Romania. But I underestimated the deep knowledge of the folk repertoire and the American bluegrass that they have around here, and how Doc Watson and flat picking are well known in this land, devoted to bluegrass for so many different reasons. The response is wonderful and has so many meanings that confirm that music is always an important exercise in freedom. I can still hear the echo of that applause, and if I could have access to a time machine, that is certainly a moment I would like to relive, because it is a strong testimony that art and beauty are and will always be engines of important changes. Thank you. And the applause continues to our sound engineer. Grazie mille. And of course, Gino. Gino, yeah. I know sometimes he gets more applause than me, you know. But anyway, of course, Rusty and Teresa, thank you for having me again for the 50th time. Grazie, and all the best for the continuation of this beautiful endeavor. I leave you, of course, the end should be all singing together a Doc Watson song. I have, after singing about troubles and the darkness of this moment, I really would like to choose the most happy ending song, the song that has the most happy ending in the Doc Watson repertoire. Is the story of the cowboy that has trouble and escapes to Mexico and wins every game and every race, comes back, and he is winning with every rival, and he finds the love of his life. wife, and he marries her, and his horse falls in love with the girl of his life. And the horse marries the horse of the girl of his life, and he and his wife has a baby, and the horse they have a how you call it, colt, and they have a little colt. So I don't know, it cannot go any better. So at least this will bring us good vibes. And the words are, if we like to sing it together, is and the Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes were green. And he had the nerve, and he had the blood, and there never was a horse like the Tennessee stud. And if you don't remember it, say meow meow, huh? But sing with me. And okay, I'm close to be in tune. What can I say? Yes, I say that the words of the Tennessee stud for an Italian are really incredibly difficult. I spent months and months to learn, and I never would have made it through the Arkansas mud if I hadn't been riding on the Tennessee stud. When I say this, my tongue is telling me, what are you doing to me? Okay. Long about 1825, I left Tennessee very much alive. And I never would have made it through the Arkansas mud if I hadn't been riding on a Tennessee stud. I had some trouble with my sweetheart's pa. One of her brothers was a bad outlaw. I sent her a letter through my Uncle Fudd, and I rode away on the Tennessee stud. All together now, the Tennessee stud was long and lean, a color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had blood, and there was a horse like a Tennessee stud. Drifted on down to the no man's land. I crossed the river called the Rio Grande. I raced my horse to the Spaniard's bowl till I got me a skinful of silver and gold. Me and a gambler, we couldn't agree. We got in a fight over Tennessee. We pulled our guns and he fell with a thud, and I rode away on a Tennessee stud. The Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had blood, and I never wanted a horse like the Tennessee stud. Right back through the Arkansas, I whip her brother and I whip her pa. I found that girl with the golden hair, and she was riding on a Tennessee mare. Pretty little baby on a cabin floor, little horse cold playing around the door. I love that girl with the golden hair, and the Tennessee stud loves the Tennessee mare. All together. The Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and its eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had blood, and never was a horse like a Tennessee stud. Grazie mille. Thank you. Grazie. Thank you so much. Grazie. Thank you so much. If Rusty gives me the permission, I can play the I think I'm gonna perform the old rhythm of mazurka, and so this gives me the possibility at the end to play an old Italian mazurka that is fun to be. Mazurkas are born for flat picking. It's strange, but they work really well with the flat picking. It's a little complicated, but and so I bring you to Genova, and if at the end you like to dance mazurka. And so I will be in Texas for a couple days more. The concert of tomorrow is in Fayetteville. Actually, it's sold out. I'm a big star in Fayetteville. Is the inauguration of a new beautiful hall, and the next day is not sold out. On Saturday is in Crockett. So if you have a cousin in Crockett, send your cousin to. And for guitar players, if you like, many people love to play Sit and Pick With You as a jam session song. I have the guitar part and the words to be photographed, if you like to bring it home and perform it with your friends. And this is called La Città Vecchia. Gino, are you ready? He's ready. Nei quartieri dove il sole del buon Dio non dà i suoi raggi, ha già troppi impegni per scaldare la gente d'altri paraggi. Una bimba canta la canzone antica della donnaccia. Quel che tu non sai tu lo imparerai solo qui tra le mie braccia. E se la sua età le difetterà, la competenza presto affinerà le capacità con l'esperienza. Dove sono andati i tempi di una volta per Giunnone, quando ci voleva per fare un mestiere anche un po' di vocazione. Una gamba qua, una gamba là, gonfi di vino, 4 pensionati mezzo avvelenati al tavolino. Li troverai là col tempo che fa, estate e inverno, astra tracanare, astra maledir le donne il tempo del governo. Loro cercano là la felicità in un bicchiere per dimenticare d'essere stati presi per il sedere. Ci sarà allegria anche in agonia, col vino forte porteranno sul viso l'ombra del sorriso tra le braccia della morte. Vecchio professore, cosa vai cercando in quel portone? Forse quella che sola ti può dare una lezione. Quella che di giorno chiami con disprezzo pubblica moglie, quella che di notte stabilisce il prezzo alle tue voglie. Tu la cercherai, tu la invocherai più di una notte, ti alzerai distrutto rimandando tutto al 27. Quando incasserai delapiderai mezza pensione di 10.000 lire per sentirti dire mi c'è bello bamboccione. Thanks again.